Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another Tuesday night with Oxygen Not Included. We're of course continuing our colony here, the Death Space Camp, which is really appropriately named given the way a couple of our previous colonies have gone, and by a couple I mean a relatively high percentage of them, somewhere exceeding 90%. But our colonies often, if they don't get there on their own, we do have a tendency to kind of send our poor little duplicates into a death spiral. This colony is growing fairly well so far. We have lots of room for our duplicates in terms of like living quarters and stuff. We did an expansion last stream, and that let us, of course, make a little bit more room over on the left-hand side here for our duplicates to live. Only at 11 duplicates right now, but we have the gate turned on, so more of them will come in. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I saw that just before I started. Sibylline, appreciate the $2 super chat. So today, I kind of have a whole bunch of stuff I want to try and tackle, which probably means it's going to be a bit of chaos, and we're not going to get nearly as much done as I really wanted to. But I do have a few things that I have sort of had planned. So, in terms of exploration, I've started last stream this little exosuit dock down here, where we can set up some exosuits for our duplicates to go out and explore, and hopefully they can do so in the relative safety of having a wonderful suit on that gives them oxygen and keeps all the germs and stuff away. That's the plan. I'd like to get to do some of that today. Now, whether we'll get that far is another matter, because we actually have to get some of this wonderful thimbleweed before we can do any of the exploration with the exosuit, because we don't have any suits. So to a degree, we're going to have to go out where the germs are anyway. Now, we can kind of go... actually, this is a pretty good area. We can even go like right up through here, get access to some of the thimbleweed down here and not have to go too much. And we can even get some mushrooms here, which we could use for some mushroom farming, which would be very handy. Now, we do have quite a bit of calories. We're up to over 150,000. So we're in fairly decent shape that way. This treadmill I had originally set up to power this one oxygen room. We're still using an algae deoxidizer down here, which isn't ideal temperature-wise. However, we've done a relatively good job of handling the temperatures so far. Things down at this corner of the farm are getting a little warm, so I have to be careful of that. So what do I want to do today? It's kind of a lot. I don't know how much we're going to get done. Exosuits are certainly one of the things I want to get going, because I want to do more exploration and not have to worry about germs. We have to be careful of these little puffs down here, too. We don't want them flying into our colony, pooping out their germy slime all over the place. I also want to set up a power supply. We have one oxygen room placed here. I want a second oxygen room. We're going to need a power supply, obviously, for our exosuits, because they require a fair amount of power. They'll also need an oxygen supply. And kind of what I'm thinking for that is I'm going to use one of these little algae deoxidizers. And we'll start to make use of algae in that way once we're sort of finished with using it for our core colony oxygen production. So I'm going to set it in here. It doesn't matter what temperature this one's at. So we're going to kind of dig all this in here. This is where we're going to put our oxygen production, specifically just for the exosuits. So hopefully they won't have to come in here to refill this thing constantly, because it's only going to, it'll hit max pressure fairly regularly. It's a very small space. And we'll pump the gas out from there to feed our exosuits. So that way I don't have to worry about trying to steal it from the greater part of the colony. And I think that'll be probably better on the whole for everybody. We do have like a weird little layer thing going on here, because we have at the bottom I dug up some oxalite, so we've got lots of oxygen down below, and then we've got our carbon dioxide above that, which is gradually going to filter down, and then the rest of the colony above. So we'll see how that all plays out. AD Skeeter, welcome. Welcome everybody who's here in the chat so far, and those of you who I've missed while I was just doing a quick recap. And also anyone who might be watching this on the channel afterwards, because I always post the stream to the channel after the fact, so if you don't get the chance to see these streams live, you get the chance to kind of check them out after the fact and sort of play a little bit of catch up with how the colony is progressing. I'm really happy with how our colony is doing so far. Now, I shouldn't say that maybe too quickly, because that's usually where that tipping point happens and stuff starts to go a little bit awry, but so far so good. Tommy Chris, we have maxed out at Senior Architect, so I think I want to work on some additional miners maybe. Let's send Tommy Chris over here. He'll carry over the skills that he got from there, because he got to 100%. We have a sous chef now. FaZe can focus on the cooking, so let's take Kaboom, who also has excellent cooking skills, and we'll send them off somewhere else. Maybe... I kind of want someone else to do some more operating stuff. Let's send a general engineer here. Kaboom. I mean, this may not be a good choice. I mean, we're picking somebody with the name Kaboom, and we're sending them to go operate machinery. That might prove to be an error in judgment, but we'll see how that goes. Everybody's got a job, though. Everyone has a bed. We have a double bathroom setup, which is kind of cool. I haven't done this in a while. Get that dirt out of there. Okay, so first things first. We have 9.3 tons of algae, so I'm not in a huge rush to replace this. I'll let that run for now because it's only one. Ultimately, I will build the oxygen room up here, but I need to figure out a cooling system for it first. This one here, we're cooling by pumping the pipes with radiant pipe through some water that's at the ideal temperature. The water will absorb a lot of heat without changing much temperature. So it's taking the gas that's coming out of here, which is at 32 degrees, and by the time it gets through this wonderful water, it comes out at the ideal temperature in the low 20s, which is just ideal. Like, I couldn't ask for a more perfect cooling system for my air than that. At least until the water warms up. Then it won't be so great anymore. Durgan with a $5 super chat. I'm going to eat a delicious chocolate brownie at Swiss Chalet. Just had some chicken there. Yep, already jelly. Thanks for that. I had frozen chicken nuggets that I heated up in the oven with some rice. So yes, I'm jealous of your Swiss Chalet. I kind of want to dig that out, but then I'm going to let all that sand down. So let's just get the bottom dirt here. Okay, so we have a cold biome up here. We also have a cold biome hiding down here. Now, I'd like to make use of both of them. This one's well positioned if I can actually get some stuff going. But I guess first things first, let's work on... Well, bringing a new duplicate in. But let's work on building something up here so we can get into this space here. I kind of want to get rid of this hatch that's here. I don't really like... Not the hatch. This little puff that's floating right here. We're going to swap out a tile here. Hopefully that won't bring in too many germs. And then we'll put a door, and we can get access to this space so we can get the thimbleweed fiber that's here. And we'll take the plants, too, maybe. Actually, maybe we'll just leave them there. We'll just let them grow wild. You can just harvest from them directly. Okay, we have another duplicate coming in. Select a DNA duplicate. You know what? Give me a quick moment here. Let's see who we even have in the colony. I don't even remember. Okay, so in our colony right now, we have 11 duplicates. We have Kaboom, we have Durgan, we have Spookus, Elfwolf King, Simmons 48, Hershey, Jakaram, Tommy Chris, Shock, Jbox 1, and Phase 58. Who else would like to join the colony? Now, disclaimer, as always, there is no guarantee of survival. You know what? Sibylline said a super chat. Let's bring Sibylline in. Let's see. Bottomless stomach, flatulent, or unconstructive. She's got creativity and strength. I don't like the flatulence. I guess we could do with the bottomless stomach, because we have, for the moment, quite a few calories. So this can be Sibylline. Welcome to the colony. And she's an ugly crier. We'll try not to get her too stressed, though. We're sitting at a 5% stress level, which is, you know, not bad. It's okay. It's fairly all right. You're gonna do popcorn chicken for dinner. Popcorn chicken. Did you want to build the oxygen production in one of the cold biomes? Yeah, so I can do that. So we can build in the cold biome and then pump it out if I can get there. I mean, for right now, this is okay the way it's running right now. I just don't like the temperature that it produces. The air that comes out of here is like 30 degrees. And that's a bit on the warm side. Ironically, the dirt that's sitting on the ground here is probably helping to moderate the temperature because it's a little bit lower temp. But this is going to get progressively warmer. Like, I don't want everything to get to 30 because otherwise this over here will be bad. Now, we have cooler air coming here, so we have a bit of competing force, but I don't want to leave that forever. Okay, so up here, we're going to need to build a door. I'm not going to bother with a mechanized airlock because I don't want to supply the power for it right now. So let's deconstruct this. And we'll build a new little... Actually, should I build that door there, or should I just build it up above? I think I'll build it above. We'll go like this. We'll dig all this out. That'll give me a little... I could actually do a double door system here, maybe, and that will give me a little airlock space where I can put... I can put an air deodorizer here. That way, any gases and stuff that come in from out here... Actually, it's all breathable oxygen right now, because when we cut in here, it sort of pushed it all out anyway. So it's actually... It's not that bad. These duplicates are in good shape right now. Put a little manual door there. I probably shouldn't be using all this insulated tile, but I just want to kind of do my best to keep the outside temperatures outside and try to monitor, sort of moderate the internal temperatures as much as we can. What are your endgame power plans? Steam turbine, solar, hatch, coal, or geysers? Well, solar is definitely a good option. Now, it obviously only produces power during daylight hours, so definitely something I want to tap into. We'll just have to be aware that we'll need a couple of mechanisms for power. Our air's going out here a little bit. That's all right. First time watching a stream and watching all and got the game because watching you play. That's awesome, Charles. I hope you enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun with this game over the last... how long have I been playing it now? A year or so? Over the last year. And so much has changed, too, which is great. Start playing Off-World Trading Company. It's a fast-paced economy RTS where you compete for resources on Mars and try to bout your opponents. Think you might like it. I might, actually. I'll have to take a peek at it. It's a question of whether I have time to play it or not, but... Sounds like it has the elements of a game I might find interesting. I don't even need that ladder there, but I'm going to build it anyway. Okay, so... down here... a little bit of sliminess, but there's an eggshell down here we could snag. These mushrooms, actually. Okay, so let's set up our storage. We're going to need a mushroom storage. And we have a very convenient space down here that I was originally going to set up a little bit of carbon skimming, but I think I might actually turn this into a mushroom farm down below here. We do need to create an environment where we can capture the... oops, hold on. Where we can capture the CO2. It's not going to have to be a big farm right now because we don't have a ton of... I don't have a ton of mushrooms anyway. The tricky part will be the slime component of it. Because you got to fertilize the mushrooms with slime. Alright. Let's go to food. In here we get our farm tiles. Actually, you know, I'm going to try something different here. So this room, I normally make them wider. It's going to be a little more of a tall room, but I'm going to try and put... How big is this farm station here? The farm station just has to be in the room. Oh, it actually takes up a lot of space. Alright, we'll put it over there. The farm station just has to be in the room. It doesn't have to be in a specific place in the room. So I was going to try and put it up above, but it's actually really tall. So that's maybe not the best place to put it. Looking for a fun game I can play with my 4-year-old niece. Any ideas what their first video game should be? Oh, boy, I don't know. I didn't play a lot of like the really young kids games. I'm not sure. My daughters were really into this this Elmo game at one point, but it was on the Wii. I don't remember what it was called, but it was some Elmo game where they like got to play along and do the activities and stuff. Now 4 might be a little bit old for that game. I'm not really sure, but that might be an option, I guess. Okay, we need to set storage for mushroom seeds. So actually, I should make this a little bit bigger. We'll put a storage container here, and we'll set it specifically to store the spores. And if we can create a place to store slime underwater, we can stop it from making polluted oxygen and evaporating. And kind of keep it maybe stored in this space too. So I'll have to give some thought to that. Greetings, just got here. What did you miss? Not a lot, Wonder Trico. So we did a little recap of what was going on with the colony. We started to dig out into a space out here where we can get access to some mushrooms and also where we can get some thimbleweed because we're gonna need the fiber from the thimbleweed to be able to. Oh yeah, we're gonna need probably a ladder over here too. Otherwise, they're gonna have a hard time. There you go. Okay, so they can climb in and go down here, and I might actually, you know, let's give them a little shortcut. We have more thimbleweed up here we can get access to. I also want to get some gold amalgam because we haven't tapped into any of that just yet. Power systems are going to need to be something we need. If we can get our way up to a cold biome, it'd be really nice to build it there. However, we'll have to do that without the exosuits because the exosuits down below require a fair amount of power. We're also going to need some stuff like an algae deoxidizer down here. So let's put this in the corner maybe. No one puts algae in the corner. We're going to need a gas pump in here. We'll stick it up in this corner. This will need a door. So this room its only purpose is going to be to supply oxygen for our exosuits. Eventually, this CO2 is going to make its way down here. Once this oxalate stops creating oxygen pressure, we're going to find our CO2 making its way down below. So things are going to be a little polluted down here, unfortunately. Polani, $5 super chat. Super chat to get Hani Banani, Hannibal Show, on the list for dupe names. Also, hi, at the Epic Pulani NZ. Gift of Joy. Use all the text. Dupe, 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 dupe. Nice. I didn't realize there was a character limit on that, though. I suppose that makes sense that there would be. Freddy Fish is good for little kids. Yeah, I haven't played that one. 5-year-old's playing Minecraft, Windows 10 edition. Yeah, my daughter got super into Minecraft. Will I ever play Subnautica? I have played Subnautica. I played it on the Xbox, and I played a little bit on the PC as well. It's one of those games that I kind of would like to go back and play again, but I just have so many other things on the go that I really haven't made time for it. So I might one day go back and play through the campaign, because I haven't finished it all out. Let's set this up for seeds. We want our fungal spores stored in here. Oh, look at this. The thimbleweed's growing on the gold amalgam, which is going to make harvesting that kind of a problem. Give me some more of these fungal spores. Maybe sweep up these two. Okay, so we have access to a little bit of thimbleweed. We're going to need a place to build the textile thing as well. I guess I could formalize this space up here. I kind of kept it the way that it was because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. But at the rate that I'm going, I might as well. Handles was a cool dude. He has a top hat. Nice. He's not afraid to use it. Yeah. When will we get to the spacesuits? Hashtag soon. So I'm working on it. So this was to get access to the thimbleweed fiber, which we need for the suits. We're setting up an oxygen supply for it down here. Power is certainly going to be an opportunity, because right now we just have treadmills, and those things are kind of a power hog. But for now, we'll tap into this system here. Like so. This can go through the floor. We're going to need some ventilation in here also. Actually, I'm going to use insulated piping, because this might get a little warm, and I don't want to promote the spread of warm air through my colony if I can avoid it. Actually, this one right here doesn't need building. There we go. Okay, so that'll get the exosuits started down there for the docking and stuff. Up top here is where we're going to build... Oh, man, I really hate that I stuck that right there. Why did I do that? Actually, how warm are things up here? I really should swap this floor out for insulated tile. Try to stop the heat from passing that way. And probably this one right here, too. Let's try to keep all this... Actually, we'll try to keep all the heat contained here where it's not flowing into my general colony space. Hello from Australia. First time catching you live. Welcome, Robert. You can do a puff farm up there. Yeah, we could do a puff farm. That'd be handy. We have to pretty much keep the puffs really segregated, though, because the poop that they throw out just has like, crazy amounts of slime lung in it. And I don't really want to have to deal with that. We haven't started a farm at all yet, actually, or a ranch. So a couple things. In here, this would be actually a good place to have our little puff ranch. Actually, I don't really see any reason why we wouldn't want to do that. And that would actually give us an ongoing supply of slime, too. The nice thing here is that when the duplicates go out into this space, when they come back through, they're coming back through the bathroom. So they're going to wash their hands on the way out. So they'll get rid of some of the slime lung germs that are on the surface. I mean, the only ones that are really dangerous are really the ones that they breathe. But let's start digging this out. We could use this as our fancy little puff place. Okay, make sure before you guys go too crazy with the mining, could you please make sure you build the ladder so okay, they can get out. I was like, for sure they're gonna trap themselves in there, because that's just what my duplicates do all the time. Okay, so now we have all this slime producing polluted oxygen, which the puffs can breathe. They'll convert that to clean air. In some quantity. Yeah, the air is a little germier now. That we'd stirred all that mess up. That'll be okay. It'll be all right. They'll clean up as they go through, hopefully, and they won't bring too much of it into the colony. Another duplicate coming in. So this one is going to be for Hanny Banani. Hanny Banani. Pacifist is the one I'm going to take, I think. Because I don't see the whole pacifist thing as being any kind of a problem. So this is Hanny Banani. Thank you again for the super chat, Polani. Another ugly crier. It's going to be the ugly crier colony tonight. All right. Food's still good. How's our air? It's still okay. This is all set up. This room's now maxed out in pressure. Oh, what'd I break? I broke the exosuit dog. I must have pumped some nasty air to it. Probably some CO2, actually. So, obviously, that's going to need repairing. They're cleaning up. They're letting all the air out. Stop it. Ooh, you know what I didn't think about? I just left a really thin wall right here. We might end up with germy water out here. Hopefully that's not the case. Aw, he's pooping. Isn't it sweet when they poop? They dig faster than they can build it. They for sure do, yeah. It also depends on what the jobs are. The miners seem to jump to their job tasks really, really quickly. Where sometimes the builders really aren't all that enthusiastic about it. They gotta like stand around and have a coffee break and talk about what they plan to build and where it needs to go and what's my oxygen production? I have two things going right now. I have an algae deoxidizer running right here, which I intend to replace because I don't want to stay dependent on algae, even though we have 8 tons of it currently, which is a fair amount. And then the second thing I have is this little room that's running up here that's producing oxygen for me. That's pumping down and being cooled in our water tank at the bottom so that it comes out at the ideal temperature of 22.5 or whatever degrees. Between the two of those, it's keeping the colony well oxygenated. And Jeff, $2 super chat. What did I miss? Not a ton. We're starting to expand out a little bit. We're going in search of some reed fiber so we can build a place for our wonderful. Let's put some fungal spores in here. Ooh, you know what? If I plant those fungal spores, they're gonna go after the slime, and I don't want them to go that way. I wonder if I could build them a route that goes this way. And I wonder if they would use it if I stored the slime out there. I'm gonna have to see. I mean, I guess we could make them go into polluted water to get it, I suppose. When we get to the point of automation, it'll actually be easier. I could store the slime out here. We don't have to worry about it somewhere in some yucky water even, and use the automation to feed it in. But oh yeah, how do we? Why were we missing that piece of ladder? I don't remember. Was I gonna put a door there at some point? I have a feeling that's what the deal was. Let's set this to 6. I want to store those fungal spores so they don't leave them on the ground, just in case this breaks open and floods, which is a very real possibility. I want to make sure we've got all the wonderful fungal spores off the ground, because nothing says delicious like fungal spores. Get yours today. Does that air cooling system warm up the water? It does, but very, very slowly. Waters in this game is very difficult to change temperatures. You have to apply a lot of energy to it in order to change it, whether you're trying to cool it or heat it. I guess you're taking a lot of energy out if you're trying to cool it, but it takes a lot to change water temperatures. So because of that, I could use this cooling system to just alter the temperature a little bit. The air coming out of here is not that hot. Like right now it's 33 degrees. It'll probably get a little bit warmer, but it's 33 degrees currently. And then when it comes out over here, it's 22.5. So it's just making a minor adjustment, but it's one that moves it from too hot into the perfect range. This will warm up gradually over time. Plus, I'm pumping the water out of here in order to feed our oxygen supply. So this water level is going to go down. So the cooling effectiveness of this is not going to be permanent. But for now, works great. I really should actually close this off. There's no reason for the dupes to go down here. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this ladder. There's not a huge benefit to closing this, however, there's also no benefit to keeping it open, so let's just swap it all out. We'll seal off the tank, and then that way, if they happen to have a little pee accident or something, it won't go in there. I can't do the same thing here, unfortunately, because if I put a little lip here... that's actually really inconvenient. If I put a little lip here, unfortunately, they can't get through, so I can't really seal that one so well. I have to leave it open enough that they can actually go in and get the pitcher pump water. I guess they're only going to need... Well, no, they'll need the pitcher pump for both sides. Eventually, I need to swap these out for real sinks, and we'll do a system to clean up the water from that, but... Would your hydrogen oxygen setup be damaged by using water straight from the hot geyser, like if you don't have to cool it down? No, it really doesn't. It can take water at any temperature, and the thing is, it takes it in at whatever temperature it's at, and it always puts the oxygen out at a fixed temperature. So it's like 40 degrees it normally comes out at. And even if you put in water that's like 150 degrees, and for whatever reason isn't steam. Well, actually, no, only polluted water I think you get that hot. But let's say, yeah, you had like 100-degree water that hadn't turned into steam yet. You could pump that in, and it'll still come out at the regular 40 degrees. So you can use any temperature water you want to. There aren't really any really big reasons for cooling water, unless you're trying to use it for something else. DeGarlis, $5 super chat. Glad to be caught up and watching the live stream. Thanks for the entertainment. Can I get a dupe for my fiance, Sarah Tuna? That might be arranged. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. We're going to keep bringing in duplicates until the beds are full, and then we'll have to figure out some more living quarters. We could probably make a little more space here. I can't really make more space here. Worst case scenario, we might actually have to go into the slime zone over here and build yet another apartment complex. It'd be like the duplicate projects almost. Only more not project-y, I guess. Maybe not a good comparison. Alright. They have that started. Where can I put my... You know what? I can put it up here. Let's convert this into insulated tile, because I don't want the heat to go down too much. And then in our stations... I want a textile loom, but we need refined metal for that. So this is going to need to be enabled. This should really have its own battery. Because I don't want this on my main power system at all. Oops. Oh, come on. What happened? Oh, for a second there I thought my oxygen supply stopped. It's like, no! Please don't do that. Alright, we'll do that. And then once we have some refined metal, we can build our textile, which will let us build... Actually, I need two things. I need an exosuit forge, and I need a textile jobby. It's going to take a lot of power, unfortunately. They took our jobs! Oh, yeah, there's no jobs. Hold on. We got two people that don't have jobs. We should fix that. Well, we don't have anybody working on architect right now. And that's a perfect fit right here for Handy Banani. Fantastic. Sibylline... I guess we can have Sibylline working on... We already have two people that maxed out on the scientist. And there's no research to do anymore, so there's not really point in keeping them. But let's maybe have someone else working on cleaning things up. So let's get Sibylline in here doing some additional groundskeeping. There we go. Hey, CrypticFox, nice to see your live streams. First time I started the game and ran into an iron volcano right near the beginning. Ooh, that's harsh. Not sure how to get one of those to work for you. Well, you kind of have to seal it off, first of all, because they produce crazy amounts of heat. And that will absolutely kill your colony if you let it radiate into your colony too much. So seal it off with insulation if you can. Either by using regular tiles made out of abyssallite or using some insulated tiles. Block it as much as you can. You might need 2 layers of insulation in order to stop the heat. And then you can use it for a variety of things. You could use it for cooking water. So, for example, if you could dump this water in there, it would kill the germs. Not instantly, unfortunately, but you convert it to steam that you can get clean water from, kill the germs off. You can bake slime and turn it into dirt. There's a variety of uses you could use that for. Would you say they took our jobs? Is that from a movie or something? What's that from? It's from South Park. They took our jobs. It's a silly South Park skit. Jobs mastered? Somebody else master a job? Oh yeah, both of our gophers, Durgan and Elfwolf. Move them up a level. We'll try to get them all the way to Exosuit Engineer because we want some people that can run around in the exosuits without the slow debuff. I still haven't fixed this yet. What's the deal going on here? Fix my machine, man. They're too busy building. They're building all this other stuff, but they aren't building those machines. I wonder why. Insufficient resource copper. I guess that would do it. I ran out of copper. Who knew? I guess I won't be making a whole lot of refined copper though if I don't have any. I need some more metals and stuff. I should actually get out into the purple biomes at some point. Oh yeah, I forgot about this geyser too. Love to tap into this and use it for natural gas power production. We have a little bit of chlorine in here. I wonder if I can build a room underneath here. Then tap into this and let the gas flow in. Pump that into power production, maybe even lower down. That's an opportunity for power there. We could also just make a coal power generator, but I'd kind of like to put that in a cold biome if I can. How about you guys, like, work on this stuff here, please? Can you do these? That'd be great. You built all the piping and everything, but they didn't... Oh, right, they can't. I'm so slow. Okay, they got a copper now, though. You know that thing with CrypticFox, such a thing as symmetricalism, possible? That's right. It can't be all symmetrical. It's symmetrical is not interesting enough. It's moderately symmetrical. I just want to compliment how tidy and symmetrical your base is. Oh, thanks, Polani. It has, I mean, it's quasi-symmetrical. It's not perfect. But we've done a lot of little things in here that kind of fit nicely. Usually I just build all over the place. That's totally not like me. Welcome, Cryptic Soul. Things are going well. Hey, made it. Not sure how long I'll be here watching the phone at work. Hey, great, Panami. Glad you make it. Jakaram as well. Snoops. All the regulars, of course. Seasoned Miner. What are you seasoned with? Slime lung? Probably. Hopefully it's not salt. Salted duplicate. Oh, wow. Why do they still say they don't have copper? Where is my raw metals? I have 19... I have 19 tons of copper, and they're saying I don't have enough to do 5 kilograms worth of repairs here. Why is that? What's going on here? Do I have copper sitting somewhere I can't reach? Is there a copper volcano here I don't know about? That's a little crazy. Okay, let's try canceling these and see if we can redo it. Cancel all. Maybe if I tell them to rebuild it, it will be a thing. Did they just deliver resources there or what? They did. Oh, you kidding me? All right. Well, we have one. Oh, it's refined metal it takes now. Oh, that would do it. I'm so slow. New sponsor. Welcome, Hannibal Show. Thanks so much for the sponsorship. I appreciate the support. Metal Forge thingy connected to the power. It is. It's got its own little treadmill thing here, but that was the issue. For some reason, I didn't realize those had changed to refined copper. So we're going to make some refined copper ore. Need a whole bunch of it, actually. I guess once I told them to divide, like, they must have delivered some refined copper to the ones that were there. So once they didn't have that anymore, they were able to fix this. Obviously, we need to deliver an exosuit. But we can't do that yet, so we'll get this station all fixed up. Another duplicate. How are you doing? You're still alive, FaZe. Nobody's dead yet. This colony so far. I shouldn't say it too loudly, but we haven't had any deaths in this colony just yet. So far, so good. All right, so we're going to bring in another duplicate. This one will be Aaron. All right, bottomless stomach, squeamish. So they went to medical, but they actually have lots of different skills. I kind of like that. Particularly since I'm not looking for any specific job trade. So let's grab this one right now. This can be Aaron. Thank you again for the super chat. Print. Okay, so you're on board. Still fixing this thing. I must have pumped a little carbon dioxide in there because that was fine before, and then it got damaged. Someone just took a refined copper poop, just dropped it all the way down the ladder. Plant the shrooms. I was actually delaying planting the mushrooms because they're gonna run out here and grab this this toxic slime that's all covered in germs. I don't have a system set up to clean it. Somebody fix that toilet, please. I don't have a system set up to clean it on the way in, which means that they'll be carrying slime along all the way through the colony. I'm not really thrilled with that concept. So I didn't deal with that just yet. What do we have on in terms of egg cracking? Can we make some fried eggs? Nope. Nothing laying around. This will be the go-to food thing, hopefully, eventually. The cook is stuck. The kill calories can only yield a net loss. What do you mean the cook is stuck? Where's the cook stuck? We have so many idle duplicants running around. This is crazy. It gets to the point where I have so many, I can't keep them busy. Okay, so this is running now. Can we build our fancy... We need a textile mill. So textile loom up here. It's gonna get really warm up here. These are hot machines. And we'll need an exosuit forge also. More refined coppers. That dude was supposed to be fiance's name, Fishy Fiance. Well, actually, Aaron had made a super chat before that. So the next one will be Degarless. Will be Seratuna. Jazz, I was just going in order of the super chats. Skylar, $5 super chat. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. There is a lot of work involved in having a YouTube channel, but there's also a lot of fun. I don't do this because I hate it, that's for sure. It's good times. Okay, they're building this. Do we have enough yet for... No. 400 kilograms of refined metal. How much do we have? 149. A little bit to go. That's right, punch that machine. Punch it. Punch it good. You can make a chlorine room by having the dupes put bleach stone in a room and let chlorine build up. That's a decent way of dealing with germs. Yeah, that does work pretty well. You still end up with polluted oxygen, which will separate itself out from the chlorine, but usually the chlorine will end up killing the germs that are in the polluted oxygen. And we do have some bleach stone up here we could get our hands on. It'll be a little messy once we get in there, but that's an option. What I'm thinking is actually giving them an alternate route to go through here. So if we dug down through here and give them another way to get into our farm, then as long as I have the door at the top, the CO2 should stay trapped in here with the mushrooms. That'll give us direct access to bring slime into the room, but not have to run it through the main part of the colony. I have to be conscious of temperatures down here too, though, I guess. What's our temperature range for mushrooms? Fungal spores. They want 5 to 35 degrees, so I do actually have to be a little cautious of temperature. Because of that, I'm going to dig under this and we'll throw some insulation in. Just to be on the safe side, because things will get warmer as we go along. Boys back. Welcome back, D-Skeeter. Get 105 heat and a tornado warning. Oh my gosh. See, one of the nice things about living in Southern Ontario is that, well, it does get hot sometimes, and it does get humid sometimes. It does get darn cold sometimes. I never have to worry about things like earthquakes, tornadoes, all that wonderful stuff. Refined metal, 439 kilograms. So we have enough to build our exosuit forge. We only have enough power here to run one of these things at a time, but... we're getting there. What the? How did sand get in there? Oh, yeah, right. I finished the ceiling. Such industrious little duplicants. They're always so busy. So I was wondering if you can't find a water geyser, if there's a long-term... It's the long-term death of a colony. Long-term... Maybe. Maybe. I mean, there are ways around it, but the thing is they're going to need to consume so much water. Whether you're producing food with it, whether you're trying to use it to produce oxygen. You could probably try to go alternate routes. So if you have natural gas, if you have natural gas geyser, I think the natural gas generator outputs polluted water, which you could then clean. So you'd have an option that way. So where's our natural gas generator? There it is. Yeah, it puts out 67.5 grams per second of polluted water. So technically, if you have access to natural gas, you could use this. That will produce polluted water for you. That's one option. It just gets a lot harder. You have to be a whole lot more creative and try to find water. You could take excess water from the waste system. So I have, well, we have 14 duplicants. If you have like 20, 25 duplicants, you'd get a fair amount of overflow from the laboratories relative to the water that they're consuming. You could take that. Obviously, we need to clean it. Not so much if you're just using it to produce air, because the airborne food poisoning doesn't matter. They don't get sick off it, so that's not really a problem, but Fun fact, do you know that Pickering nuclear plant is built on a fault line? Oh, good times. Well, on the plus side, I mean, we've had very, very small tremors here, like ones you could barely feel. But generally, like, I'm basically, like, right by the Canadian Shield, or on the Canadian Shield. It was just, like, a gigantic slab of... a gigantic slab of rock, basically. So far, no real issues, but... I'm going to start working on the bathroom. The bathrooms eventually. I have 2 of them right now. I'm not in a rush to get to the bathrooms just yet. I want to try and get the exosuits going this time around. Good to see you streaming Onis after 14 hours of works. Yeah. 14 hours of work. That's a fairly long work day. Couple of southern to Mexico. 30 to 35 degrees on a cool day all year. Oh, that's pretty warm. We're actually, we're trying to look for a vacation spot for next winter because my wife would really like to get away. When it's around here... Like February time, it's really gray. It's kind of dark. Everything's cold. It's damp. It's gross. So we're gonna try and get away next January, like start of February kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. But we're gonna try and go someplace. And we're kind of looking like Dominican, Mexico, Cuba, that kind of place. David Lazenby, $10 super chat. Hey, just my bi-monthly contribution. Still would love to see my son Perrin as a dupe. Fantastic, Dave. I'll bring Perrin in as well. We're gonna keep bringing duplicates into this colony. So I mean, how many beds do we have left? We only have 2 beds left. Some duplicates are gonna be sleeping on the floor soon. $5 super chat from Polani. Just because you're always so nice and helpful, and even pause the game to explain the game and answer questions, and not mind our silly chat games. #joy. Well, I'm a big believer that a lot of the oh, we don't have the kitchen for them to eat in yet. A lot of the point of streaming is to interact with people, right? So if I didn't interact, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. I'm just happy you guys like to interact too. I do often miss things in the chat, unfortunately. And it's the nature of streaming that it probably makes the gameplay a little bit slower. Okay, we have this done. Okay, we can make some... Why did I make that? I'm dense. For some reason, I thought we had to process the fabric first. I don't know why I was even thinking that. That's ridiculous. We can just go straight to the exosuit forge. Let's make 3 exosuits for now. It looks like we might have enough resources for that, too, which would be great. We're going to need a couple of docks down here. Stations. Exosuit dock. That'll give us 3. And then, of course, we'll need also the checkpoint, which I can never remember the direction these are supposed to go. I don't have enough materials. All right. Fine. Make some of this, too, then. Insufficient oxygen generation. I disagree. I think we're fine. For now, anyway. Why is there a water dumping thing by the bathrooms? You gonna dump water on the exosuits? This one right here, you mean? No, this is for our germy water. So this water is just chock full of wonderful food poisoning germs. So all the stuff they're cleaning out of the sinks, for the most part, plus anything we mop up off the floor that's germy, like pee water, or if they happen to throw up, that gets dumped in here. Later on, I'll put something to deal with this. Whether I heat it, whether I freeze it, something to clean it anyway to get rid of the germs. You did that in the Copper Doom colony too, which, you know, there's been a few tornadoes in the recent years, right? Yeah, but they're not the same as like being in like Tornado Alley in the U.S. or like the hurricanes along the East Coast in the U.S. Like, it's just not the same. They're much more uncommon in Canada, and usually they're not as powerful and they're shorter lived. Okay, we are gonna run into power problems. Easily, that's 360 watts of power those suits are gonna take. There's no way we can manage this just off of this. I might need... I've been delaying the power system so long. And it's going to cost me. What the... Wow, you think it's hot? That's cool. Okay, I didn't notice they had a sound effect for that. Oh, that's really neat. Okay, let's set deliver an exosuit here. Deliver exosuit. Deliver exosuit. Okay. New sponsor, Gabriel Frank. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. I really appreciate the support. Enjoy the little chat icons and the new emojis and stuff. Choose a duplicate. Okay, this one is going to be Sarah Tuna, I believe. Oh my gosh, there's so many super chats in here now. Gonna run a little bit behind. Small bladder. Trypophobia. This one won't dig. That's no good. Pacifist is all right. I really don't mind Pacifist at all. So this is gonna be Seratuna over here. Actually, it looks like it's supposed to be one word. There we go. Welcome to the colony, Seratuna. That's duplicate number 15. And I think we have one more bed available. Don't forget the oil for the dupes. I know. And the clips. We gotta have the clips as well. Oil and clips. Those are the things I'm always missing out on. And they're coming down here just to hang out and breathe. like the air in the basement is so good in this colony. They're like, we just can't get enough of it. I'm actually surprised how much this is running. Oh, look, we have a crack in space. We've broken the space-time continuum. Okay, over here, I want to throw a door. We have a door here. We'll throw a little ladder up to it. Insulate this in. Okay, so this will be our alternate route to get into the colony with the slime for planting of the stuffs. But I still want to bury the slime in some polluted water if we can, or clean water, ideally. There's a pacu fish. Gotta make a fish tank, too, at some point. Would a conveyor rail system inside the wall work for slime? Would it still emit polluted oxygen, I mean, and then store it in the water? So, yeah, I've heard that if you run the rail through the wall, it doesn't emit polluted oxygen. However, when I tried it out in the one colony, it wasn't working too well. A lot of the slime ends up evaporating before it gets to the destination point, which really sucked. Ultimately, I would like to use that kind of a system. So, for example, we have these guys just out here pooping away. We can set up a conveyor system in here to pick it up off the ground, convey it in here, and throw it in the garden when we need it. I have a feeling, though, the better route is to have the rail run through a pool of water, if we can manage it. You kind of want to see the downfall of this colony? Oh, stiff. It's going to happen at some point. It always does. Nice CO2 lock to keep all that nice O2 out of the base. You got it. We don't want too much of that good air. Ironically, this actually works pretty well for staging for right now, because they can just hang out down here. We got all this algae down here we can snag, too. More of the coppers. Yeah, the CO2 walk is doing exactly what it's supposed to. It's got it all blocked off there nicely. None of that nasty fresh air coming in. Great thing about Cryptic Only stream is that when a dupe dies, Cryptic in the whole chat's like, no! I hate when they die. It feels like such a failure. I hope to live through the night. I hope you live through the night too, Sibylline. And also in the colony. Okay, we have all of our suits delivered. Can't use them yet. We need a docking station. Checkpoint, rather. There's our checkpoint. Now, I can never remember the direction of the arrow. This always... I think it's this way, so if they go that way, they have to put the suit on. Just gotta double check. I'll probably have this turned off for now anyway, because... You know, we have clean... The fresh air is actually away from the suits. It's just wrong. I wonder what the ultimate endgame will be once the devs finally get around to implementing. I don't know. They have alluded to there being some actual story behind all this. And I'm actually super curious to find out what that is, too. 3 suits and nothing to do with them. Seems like such a shame. Let's put that in. This is really going to tap our system. I'm going to end up breaking wires everywhere. I've got too much running on here right now. As much as I've been delaying this, I think I really need to set up some power production. Or I'm gonna actually just keep perpetuating the problem if I don't. So let's expand out here a little bit. We're gonna need room for bedrooms here anyway. How big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really need insulation over here, so let's not even bother. Okay, so in here, I'm gonna... How am I gonna keep the heat down in this space? This is gonna be a real problem. I'm gonna let all kinds of hot air in here. It's warm up here. And I don't have gold amalgam to build my machinery out of either, which is sort of another problem altogether. I changed my mind. do this differently. Deconstruct the ladder here. Actually, this one too. And I'm going to use insulated tile all through here. That's a really weird, funky thing. I didn't mean to do that at all. Oh well. No harm, no foul, as they say. We'll build more bedrooms up here because we have so many duplicates coming in right now that I can't keep them all comfortable. Another pneumatic door. I should have actually put these in here. They're not going to be able to reach that one little tile there, actually, but that's okay. Jakaram, don't sleep inside where we're building. That's just a recipe for somebody entombing you. How are you supposed to get into their rooms in there? They'll get in, don't you worry. No, they won't. Oh, darn. Huh. Well, that's a problem. All right, I clearly can't put a bedroom in this top one then. This can't be here. We need a way for our duplicates to get through. Let's just deconstruct this. No, come on, don't build that. Stop. Save the materials. Okay, now they can get through at least. I'm all in a living space. Why are dupes sleeping on the floor? Probably because I trapped them in there. His bed was probably on the other side, and I trapped him in here. The duplicates that were over here couldn't get to their beds over here, so we just sort of created a big problem. Oh, I forgot we did wallpaper in some of these. Gotta do some more of that. Does nice things for decor. God, the farm is so ugly. Okay, so in here we can do another bed. Let's at least satisfy one duplicate. A couple pictures. Okay, so that'll give us space for one more. Just for uniformity, I'm gonna go like this. I'm never gonna get to it. Okay, and instead of going this way, I'm gonna go actually up through the top here where we're already producing all this heat. And this way I don't care so much about the temperature. We'll dig our way across over here. And then this space in here is where I'm going to try and do a little bit of power production. Not that they can reach all the ones up here. We'll have to build some ladders and stuff. But we never lack for ladders in my colony. Finally back from camp. Welcome back, Gans. You can still have a bedroom there. Just give it 2 doors. Yeah, but then everybody's running through somebody's bedroom, and I just feel like that's totally inappropriate. However, for the sake of space right now, whoever gets this room is going to be the really unfortunate dude. They'll be the person who could never keep their floor clean. Because they'll just be covered in... Oops, furniture. It'll just be covered in dupe footprints all the time. Oh, the ladder's in the way. Okay. To get that finished, then we can deconstruct the last little bit of ladder. We can throw another painting in here already. Where's my furniture? There we go. So that'll give us at least a little bit more space for them to sleep in. We're 5 toilets, 15 dupes. Okay, that's still okay. Bathroom, of course, is something we'll have to do eventually. Is the eggshell useful for anything but to turn to lime? No, just the lime. So you turn it into lime, and then you use the lime to make steel. Make it two beds per room. Yeah, we could do that. I guess we could double up if we really need to. I mean, I kind of did that over here already. I was trying to give them all their own individual little rooms as much as possible. Not for any real reason other than aesthetics. It doesn't... There's no benefit to doing it. But if we really need space, I guess that's probably a more efficient way to do it. We'll just double up on the rooms. I think I saw Durgan requesting to have the 2-door room before. She'd get lonely otherwise. Snoops. I don't know. I feel like Durgan's the one that would be saying, I need an exclusive suite with private access. Because I know that's probably the case because that's kind of come up before. Okay. This is going to be a little germy, but we're going to dig down here. And we'll dig out here. I just have to watch that it don't actually end up with polluted oxygen coming in the top part of this room. That might present a problem. There should be enough CO2 in here, I think, that it will kind of filter out, but it's not really going to block the door. So maybe I should actually create a little, in the interest of being prepared, I probably should try to build something out here to actually protect it a little bit. I just don't want all that polluted oxygen in there. So I think this will work fine. That'll give us a little CO2 lock from what comes out of here, because it'll fill up with CO2 before they ever get out into this space. And that will stop the propagating of the slime lung as well, because slime lung doesn't reproduce in CO2, I don't think. Am I going to plant those mushrooms? I am eventually. And once we get a convenient route to supply slime into there, because, as I said, I don't want them running the slime all the way through the colony if I can avoid it. Let them deal with that. Okay, up here is going to be our power plant space. Now I need a little room, ideally. I'm getting like a really weird mix of gases when I cut into this, unfortunately, because there's all this chlorine here. It's actually low concentration though, so that's actually not too bad. Okay, so I want a room that's going to have like a pump in it. So if I dig up into here, I just gotta watch that I don't. Oops, that's not what I want. Cancel. What I don't want to do is create a situation where I vapor lock the pump with chlorine. 5 kilograms, man. When we cut into that, it's gonna create one big mess. Say out, like, is it an outhouse? Out. Slime Dun doesn't die in CO2 either. Well, no, but as long as it doesn't spread. Make it a liquid lock. I don't know if there's a benefit to have a liquid lock. I just don't want them running through the liquid all the time. Tons of CO2. See, it's not going airborne because the CO2's in it. Well, it's kind of pressing it in the corner there where there's a little bit of polluted oxygen being formed. I gotta get rid of the stuff that's in here producing polluted oxygen, or that will be a problem. Dig all this out. What I was thinking is if I could get the polluted water that's here to flow into this space, then I could put a storage container at the bottom of it. And it should be deep enough in the water that it'll stay submerged, I think. Like so. And then we'll have to dig across this way. Whoever does this job is going to get really, really nasty. Let's not dig over there just yet. All right, so my general plan here is we'll have a CO2 lock here. We'll try to store slime down here in this little storage compactor. We'll let the water from here flood over to this side so it will stay submerged, and then it shouldn't produce... Actually, it doesn't, what do I care if it produces excess? Except that it kind of evaporates over time. $2 super chat from Snoops. Hashtag give Durgan the yucky room. Aw. Aw, Snoops, that's so mean. I would never do such a thing. Okay, another duplicate coming in. All right, so we have... let's see, last time we brought it was Sertuna, so let's bring in Skylar. You can be the next duplicate. Let me see. Squeamish, Uncultured. So they refuse to do art. That's not really a problem. We have some specific artists already. So Catalina, you can be Skylar. Welcome to the colony. That gives us duplicate number 16. Kilocalories are still holding strong, so that's good. Stress isn't too bad. Air quality, similarly fine. We are going to need to do something with CO2 soon because this is starting to build up. I meant to do that earlier, but I never got around to it. So let's get this taken care of. Where can I really conveniently clean up my CO2? You know what? I think I'm going to do it right in here. Except they have to run past it constantly, so that's really going to get really hot. That's why I had originally planned down here to do some CO2 scrubbing, but you know what? We have tons of algae. Let's just go the easy route. No, that's going to produce water. I don't want polluted water. Not until I have a scrubbing system set. All right. let's go this way. Down here, I'm going to build airflow tile. Why not? Oops. Cancel that. Okay, so on here, we're going to go for... Where's refinement? No, oxygen. That's what I want. Okay. Carbon skipper can sit down bottom. I want this to be below the level of the door, because I don't want any excess cleaning. Above here, I'm going to do another layer. And this one is going to have our water sieve on it. And unfortunately, it's going to be kind of hot. Which I'm not thrilled about. Don't really have a convenient cooling system right now. I could use water as like a drip cooling mechanism to kind of cool it off. But just not where it's sitting right here. I'd have to put it maybe inside this space. I feel like maybe that's the better route to go. Okay. So in here, I'm going to build a floor for it. If I do this, I'm going to block my storage for dirt. Grr. Okay. I'll put it in the middle of the room. This is going to be a really weird setup. I'm going to take the water from below, and I'm going to drip it up on top of it. And just let it flow back into the tank. So it'll just be like an endless cycle. Unfortunately, that's going to require power. So we're still at a place where we've got to tackle our power system issues. Your airlock has rocketed, so your dupes can't go through the other side. Where? Oh, they didn't dig that. There we go. Ooh, we have polluted oxygen here. That's not good. It forced my CO2 lockout because... Why? Because the stuff's sitting in there producing polluted oxygen in that level. Get that done so I can start storing down there. Okay, CO2 is now filtering back in there. We got a little polluted oxygen in here somewhere. Check our germ situation. Yeah, it's a little germy in there. Polluted O2. Alright, I'm gonna let that just flow in. And we'll clean it in here. Do a little ceiling cleaning instead. Seems actually Dirk had the... sorry, did I miss the super chat here? Durgan, $2 super chat. Hashtag boycott CrypticFox. Hashtag he's a meanie. Hashtag how dare you. Hashtag I'm sad. Aw, Durgan. Where was your bed before? I don't even remember. Must have been here. I was only being silly. Thanks for the super chat, though. Deodorizers for days! Yeah, we can produce lots of oxygen this way. Except this is the one room I don't really want oxygen in. Let's set this up specifically for slime. So they can store the slime in there. The only thing I have to watch for is that they don't take the slime from other areas of the colony once we start to dig out there. Why is this still not connected? Oh, I don't have gas intake. That's what the problem is. Okay, perfect. Our scrubber is set up here. I need to set up this here. Okay, she's separate enough and likes STV. Put her back. Thanks, Noops. I already moved her back. Her room's over here now. This cotton here is assigned to Durgan. In the stations we want our sieve. No, refinement rather. There we go. Water sieve can sit right here. Man, I didn't even make... Man, I didn't realize it was quite so big. Alright, deconstruct this. Grr. Fox, remember deodorizers. Put a couple. I don't really need a couple necessarily. So what happens here is there's so much CO2 in here. The only layer of oxygen that could exist in this room is along the top. And it's blocked in by one tile. And then we have our deodorizer in here. So if the polluted oxygen is drifting along here, it's going to get cleaned. And it already did. There's one little pocket here, but that's going to move over. It should... Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not going to mix with the oxygen that's there. Drat. Dratted slime lung. I hate that slime lung. Let's put it over here instead. Maybe we clean the air on this side of things. I have a CO2 seal going. It's just that little bit of polluted oxygen that got through there ahead of time. Will it go through the tile and suck it upwards? I'm really curious about that. It's so close. Did it work? I think it worked. I don't know. I think I got it. Just don't like the germs in here. 496 germs. I mean, it's low quantity, but it's not dying off in there. Oh well. Trying to make a water lock. I mean, we could make a water lock, but again, I just don't want duplicates running through it constantly and getting wet all the time. My primary concern now is that when they come out of here, they're going to have slime lung on their hands, and I don't have a cleaning station set up for them. We also have an issue right now where I have our duplicates running too many ladders. So maybe when or ladders that are too long, rather. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do a little... I'm going to be a little weird. We'll give them like a little funny route to travel. That way I can put hand washing stations in here. And also they're not carrying stuff up and down this really long ladder. So they won't drop it on me. They're disinfecting this thing. What's the point, man? What is the point? Let that drain. A dense pufflet egg. Dense puffs are non-aggressive critters that excrete condensed oxalite with each breath. We're gonna have a puff that produces oxygen. That's crazy. I want to lure that thing, but it's really hard to move them. You have to do like a daisy chain of lures to get them to go places, which is really kind of a pain. CrypticFox, people want you to play Stardew Valley. Is there a bunch of people that want me to play Stardew Valley? I know a couple of people have asked for it. You have 40 pufflet prince eggs. That's a fair amount of pufflet princes. Never played Stardew Valley, but watching Fox play Gravekeeper makes me want to play it. I'd love to watch Fox play SDV. I spent outside before the O2 could do damage. Yeah, so it is cleaning it there. That should help kill some of the germs, but there's just so many of them being produced out here. SDV can replace Fortnite. We need this ladder to go down. Ooh. This might be an ill-conceived plan. They're going to be running by this thing while it's hot. Once I get that built, though, I can put this in. And then we'll deconstruct some ladders. It's gonna be the weirdest looking colony I've had in a while. Well, this part of it anyway. This part up here is really organized. Down here is just turning into chaos. Sweep the egg before it hatches and put it in an unpowered incubator. That's a good idea. Where can I stick that thing? The trouble is going to be that it needs to breathe polluted. Ooh, you know what? If we could get it into here, no, there's no room. You know, I'm not too worried about it. I could just sweep the oxalite, I guess. Move the egg to the desired location. No lure required. I don't have a place to put it, so I need something that has polluted oxygen. This is actually the ideal place for it to be out here because it needs to breathe the polluted oxygen in order to secrete the oxalite. Did I deconstruct the wire? I did. Aw, man! What wiring? I don't know what you're talking about. Trying to get this water sieve finished over here, too. Man, this is going to take so much power. I just don't have enough to do all this. I mean, I guess in the interim, I can... I gotta put this on hold for a minute. I'm gonna throw an algae terrarium right here. What I'm thinking is that this is gonna take a whole pile of power. And I'm only producing it through treadmills right now. And actually, it's just going to overtap the whole system. We do have 16 duplicates. I guess I could put more people on treadmill duty. And that way, I can kind of separate stuff out. But the trouble is the treadmills are in a place where the heat is going to be an issue. Because those also produce heat. So the more they use them, obviously, the more we'll be adding heat. So I'm going to use an algae terrarium for now, even though I don't normally use them. Because we happen to have 6.8 tons of algae. It'll produce a little bit of polluted water, but that'll get dumped in here. So that's not that big a deal. Sadly, it's going to consume some of this water. And I'll deal with the scrubber situation afterwards, because I'm just not equipped to deal with that yet. I need, up here, my fancy oxygen stuff. Okay. I'm going to put a gas pump in this corner. And that's going to require ventilation, obviously. So we'll need a little gas pipe to come out of here. This will need wiring. Gold amalgam. I do have gold. What's the temperature in here? 40 degrees. Okay, it's not hot enough to actually damage stuff. And then this will be blocked in, ultimately. So I'm going to create like a little separate room here, basically. And then when I crack into the natural gas, it'll let it all flood into this in the same space where the pump is. Now, the pump is going to grab gases like hydrogen. Well, some of the hydrogen will go up, but the pump will end up grabbing some of the hydrogen, and unfortunately, it'll send it down to our generator, which isn't going to do good things for it. However, it will at least get rid of the gas, so that's something. This ladder needs to go. I want a different ladder over here instead, so I can create a door system. Man, they just jumped to it now. So many duplicates. They're like, give me work! Give me work! I need a job! They're like hyper efficient. This is crazy. And actually, speaking of jobs, I have like 3 duplicates that don't have any because I haven't been paying attention. I'm a slacker. Aaron, you can be a gopher. Let's work on another farmhand. Let's see. Who had farmhand skills? Skylar does. Sweet. And then Sarah can be... let's do more builders. We can move Hannah Banani up because this sort of maxed out. So this could be Sarah Tuna, who doesn't have any particular skill in building, but we're going to put you there anyway. Tommy can move up to regular miner. Spookus is maxed out on electrical engineer. Seasoned farmer, we can move Simmons up. Hershey can move up to a seasoned rancher, even though we don't have a ranch for him to work with yet. I wonder where he got the skill from. He's not even ranching. I don't understand that. Shock is maxed out on the plumber skill, so we can take Shock out, and we'll put them to apprentice architect also, which will actually help boost our build speed. Again, no particular skill in it, but you can do that anyway. Spookus, you've maxed out here. Where can I put you that will let me get to mechatronics engineer? You can go to gopher, which you had already started on before, so that actually works out really well. Okay, perfect. Excellent. We can get some like automation going. That'd be really handy. Some like automated delivery systems and things. This room's just about done, so that's good. Another duplicate, because, you know, we just don't have enough already. Let me see. We brought in Skylar, so this one is going to be Perrin. All right, Perrin. Let's see. We're learning gastrophobia, so they won't cook, but that's not really a big problem. We have a couple chefs already. This one's a yokel, so they won't do research. No, not the research. No, wait, we already did it all. So I guess we'll make... Ranching. I don't know, like that 5 athletics and the tinkering. Oh, let's bring Perrin in using this duplicate. Welcome to the colony. That's duplicate number 17. I hope we have a bed for him. Things are a little crowded in here. We're gonna have to, like I said, we probably will have to start doubling up on the rooms because there's just gonna be too many duplicates in one little area. Our kilocalorie count's going down, so we're gonna need to work on that also. Fortunately, now we can plant our fungal spores. And they might even have enough to plant the whole row in there. That'd be great. And the slime is like right here, and it is underwater, so this worked perfectly. So they can grab the slime from the container, run it in here, and plant it. I wanted to do sinks out here, and I completely forgot because I'm a little mentally slow. So we're going to go to medicine, and we'll use... Yeah. I'll have one wash basin. Because I built this thing in the wrong spot. Of course I did. I wasn't paying attention. Let's move the algae up a little bit. Deconstruct this one. Once that's broken, we'll put another sink there. Put the natural gas to use to make power. That's the plan. I'm very gradually making my way up there. Set direction left. I don't care about them cleaning their hands on the way into the farm. I just want them to clean on their way out. We have a lot of sinks consuming water and making it into polluted, nasty water. So we're going to need to deal with that at some point, too. Medicine, wash basin. We'll do a second one here. We got 2 of them, so at least 2 duplicates can wash their hands as they come through here. That way, if they've been handling nasty germs out in this environment, hopefully they won't bring that in. We do have a little bit of slime lung here, but it's not really spreading or propagating, so I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, God. Anyone that goes out there is in terrible shape, though. That's brutal. It's so bad. You know what? I should probably throw maybe another deodorizer down here. Let's try to do what we can to clean that up. The germs out here we're not going to be able to kill off. There's too many coming through. Dense puff, clean, breathe clean oxygen. Oh, do they? Hold on a second. Critters, puffs, dense puffs. Diet. Oh, they do eat clean oxygen. And they poop oxalite. Sadly, it doesn't show you the actual rate of consumption versus production. Alright, let's try this. Food, I believe, is where the... Yeah, the incubator's here. Can I even fit this in this space? I have nowhere to put the incubator. I kind of want the puff to hang out in this core area, but I don't have a place to put this thing. Seriously, I have like nowhere. I could put it in the battery room. That's all right. Let's destroy this. We'll take that egg. We'll put it in the incubator without plugging the incubator in. Hopefully, it'll let us. And we'll try them there and see how that goes over. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The first thing the new duplicates will be greeted with is the little puffed egg. Looks like some oxalite already in the puffed room. No, that's actually the egg right there. Why are you out here? Hershey! Dude! You're hanging out in the polluted oxygen where all the germs are. Hershey is gonna get sick. Okay, this door needs to be modified. Because that's just silly. And I want this to be specifically just the farmers that have access to it, I think. Where's our jobs? Who's our farmers? We only have one right now, right? Hershey. No, Hershey's a rancher. Simmons. So we want Simmons to go through this door. Both ways. Oh my gosh, there's so many duplicates. I can't even find him. There we go. Okay. Default for everyone else would be this way only. So they can get out of this biome by going through the door, but they can't go in from that door. And then you need to get out of here because you're being ridiculous. All right, go up there. Set this to direction left. There you go. Both of you get out of that nastiness. And is that some sort of a shortcut you're taking there? What's the deal? Why would you go that way? It's all nasty. Simmons. Simmons? Oh, okay, so the shortest route to clean air for Simmons is to go out into the nasty air. Oh, gosh. All right, he's going to get sick for sure. There's no way he's not going to. At least we have a hospital. That's something, at least. You can store the bottle emptier in the kitchen. It's kind of useless. Yep, it sure is. 1 This, I can put the dense puff in, set that for a 7 so someone goes and grabs it. Cool. Man, there's a lot of idle duplicates right now. 7 idle duplicates. Okay, how are they doing for our power production? Okay, this is good here. Let's deconstruct this now. And then we're going to need a natural gas generator. We should actually be able to run 2 off this one pump, I think. We'll need a battery bank to store this all up to. Alright, let's build that. I actually need to undercut all this. I can't remember what the outlets look like for the natural gas power. I haven't used it in so long. Maybe you should put a dense puffed in the clean air on the other side of the exosuit, then move the oxalate into the main part to your colony. Yeah, that might work too. I mean, I guess. I'm not really worried about it. I have a feeling it might be a 1-to-1 ratio, too, of what they breathe in, they turn into oxalate. So it'll just... dense puffed is not really going to be terribly useful for us, I don't think. Ooh, look at all this CO2 in here. Pressure is rising in the CO2 space. It's only 1,000. I'm surprised it's suppressing this much. Interesting. Suffocating. Tommy! Don't let this be the first duplicate death. Come on now. Party 9. Somebody build a ladder. Okay, it's nap time. Everybody go do it. Right now. Go, go, go. Get Tommy out of there. Run, Tommy, run. Oh, thank God. Tommy lived. He survived. All right. That was a little bit of a boo-boo on my part. Whoops. Let's put mesh towel under here. Phew. That could have gone very poorly. What do you struggle with the most when maintaining a colony? Organization. I would say probably organization. I tend to be a little disorganized when I'm building my colony. Early on, like when you start off in the space, I find it's relatively easy to be organized. Later on, it doesn't work quite so good. Use oxalate to supply O2 to the exosuits and scrap the algae scrubber. Yeah, I mean it's only gonna work for so long though. We could put it like in here, set this for oxalate, and have them pack it away. Who's entombed in what? Oh, come on! This game's out to get me now. Oh, deconstruct priority 9. Out to get me, I swear. Everything was going fine, and then blam! Crisis Central. Okay, so our outputs from this, let's look at our liquid. Ooh, it's just gonna drop the water. Let's get our hydrogen, or it's not our hydrogen, our natural gas pumped into here. It does say there's an output though. Is there a gas output for this? Does it produce CO2 also? It does, yeah. Carbon dioxide, alright. Where am I going to send the CO2 from this crazy machine? I mean, I can pump it down here. It's going to be pretty hot stuff, though, and I don't have my scrubber set up yet. Sort of a minor conundrum. It'll also have to cross over existing supply systems. You know, we could run it right down the wall of the bedroom. But I won't be able to output it down here because nobody can reach it. Good times. Angel's not going to be happy you're not providing her souls to feed. And keep cutting it off. Never set the puff tag to be incubated. I did, actually. At least I thought I did. Nope, I didn't. Haha. I picked it, and then I forgot to set incubate. That'll learn me. Okay, where is... Kaboom, can move up. Congratulations. Polluted water is going to fall down below here. So we're going to need a ladder down below because we're going to need a water pump. Oh, yeah, that was super derpy. How about we don't build down there? Now we can build a ladder. And I might as well hollow all this out so they can actually finish the roof, too. Wouldn't that be novel? Check the natural gas pipe. For what? Should be okay. Oh, no. I'm so mental. Oh, thank you. Totally not paying attention. Boop. Can't put the natural gas pipe in the output. That doesn't work too good. It's gotta go in the input. Okay, this is gonna produce power, and the power that comes out of it, we want to send to transformers. Where can I locate my transformers easily? I think I'm going to have to send them across the top of the colony. And then we'll use the transformers to split the power down levels. So I'm probably going to want at least 3 of them. And they are going to run a little hot, so let's try to use both of them. So I think one here for this ladder. One here for that ladder. And then I'll do another one that they can't reach in here. Alright, hold on. I want to keep the negative decor effect separate from the colonies so I can manage it. Again, not because it's really that critical, but just because I don't like I don't like my place being too ugly. Yeah, they can dig all that out. This ladder here, I'm going to need to extend all the way up. Which means I have reason to dig all this out. Okay. I kind of would like to get 2 of our natural gas generators running, because this one pump can supply 2 machines, I think. Oh, it takes... Oh, man. I could actually supply a whole bunch of machines. However, the natural gas is only going to be produced for so long, so I'm trying to moderate it a little bit. How about you guys build the floor first? And then we'll do the digging afterwards, so you don't entomb yourselves. You can put a little ladder so the dupes can reach and breathe the oxygen in the shroom room. Not it really. Because it interrupts the shrooms. Excuse me. It's not really ideally set up for that, is it? That whole breathing thing. It's so overrated. Who made a mess and why? What the? All right. You guys. Oh, no. Disaster has finally struck. They've peed all over the place. Get to that before it gets in the water supply, please. It never will, actually. It'll fall in places that aren't where the water is, but... Yeah, they're not happy about cleaning up the pee. I wouldn't be either, but... So they climbed up here to build this first before they did the floor, and they trapped themselves. Genius! These guys are so smart. Oh, those crazy duplicants. What will they think of next? Okay, more power production. Natural gas generator. Making this out of gold. We are still going to have a problem here in general with heat and CO2 and stuff. I got to deal with that. OTEC, 25 PHP Super Chat. Thank you so much for the Super Chat. I appreciate the support. Is that the Filipino currency again? I can't remember now. How? But how? Unreachable bed and food. Yeah, they did all kinds of good things. They're trying to rival my intelligence. That's what it is. They've decided they can't be smarter than me. they've gotta hit the high intelligence notes there. to block this room off. Only because if for some reason we have an issue with gas leak, I'd prefer not to have to deal with it colony-wide. Dig all that out. Dig all this out. This is actually good. I like that it's going to be its own separate trunk all the way along the top. It'll be separated from the colony, so I don't have to worry about negative decor effects and all that fun stuff. Should be good. They're not crazy. They're SMRT. The dense puff is 90% efficient. 50 grams per second oxygen for 45 grams per second oxalate. So while it's going to be cute flying around our colony, it's not really going to benefit us. Except that I'm telling it to store it down here, so maybe it will come in a little bit handy. Hold on. Where are we going? What does that fall under? I don't think we have any oxalate, so consumable ore. There we go. Put our oxalate in here. Actually, make it 7, so they'll pack it away quickly. So we can use that oxalate a little bit to feed our colony, or to feed our exosuits. It won't really do a ton for us, but it'll give us some. Okay, so we brought in Perrin last time. Let's get Gabriel Frank in here. Let's see. We have a yokel. Ooh, high strength. I like that. Yokel squeamish. Man, they're all yokels. Imagine that. This is the brain brigade right here. We got the real brain trust. Okay, Gabriel Frank, you can come in. There we go. Welcome to the colony. That's our duplicate number 18, which I think we're out of beds for. So I'm going to have to build some additional beds. Deconstruct this. Now this duplicate, because they're already in a through space, I'm not going to be mean to them. We'll try to put some furniture in the other rooms instead. We'll double up rooms in these ones. So we have room for tons more duplicates now. Once I get that all built anyway. Jobs mastered again. $2 Poleni. Shout out to the chat room. No mod warnings. You rock. Certain games, they just play nice, I guess. Other ones, not so much. All right. Take this out. Probably shouldn't entune the ladder. That's probably a bad thing. We have our puffed egg hanging out. It's not really incubating, but it's not going bad either, so that's fine. It'll progress at its own pace, which is perfectly fine by me. Down here, we're going to wind up storing water that comes out of these machines. CO2, I'm thinking if we send that down below, we can scrub it with this system. Such as it is. Man, there's so little water in here. I feel like I should move some of the water from this tank into this one. Duplicate bunk bed party. Woo! Thanks for the super chat, BDS Empire. I'm loath to do this because I really like this big tank of water we just have hanging out here. It's doing good things for cooling and stuff, but I'm going to grab some of it. Which, obviously I can't do just yet, but I'll break an opening from them in a sec. I'm going to take this out of here. And in order to feed it in here, I'm going to use it for cooling at the same time. Throw a liquid vent. I don't want the water to come through here quickly, though, so I'm going to put a limiter on it. Where's my plumbing? If we go through and use a liquid valve... I don't usually use these too much, so this will be interesting. Hold on. Cancel liquid pipes. Man, these guys are so efficient now that there's so many of them. They're like, we're bored. Give us work. We need work. Did I tell them to make it open? All right, well, whatever. Okay, that'll let that work. Oh my gosh, I'm dense. I already have a pump in there. You guys probably mentioned that in the chat, no doubt. Incubator, no wire connected. It's okay. I actually don't want to. I don't want it to produce any heat. We're just holding the egg there. It'll hatch on its own, even with it's not plugged in. If you select the critter and hover over it with exertion, it will tell you how efficient it is. Oh, okay. I don't have one that's actually hatched though. CrypticFox would rock even harder if at one point he sang "Smoke on the Water" or Lagrange. Lagrange. I don't even know the lyrics to Lagrange because it's a little bit of a different song. I am so dense. I can't believe I did that. Cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Deconstruct. We don't need any of this. I built it all for nothing. Nothing. We had like a really easy tap-in system here. Okay, I want to limit this though to like I don't know, 200. No, let's make it like a 50 grams per second. I want it slow moving. Just a little bit to drip on here to keep this damp. That'll supply a little bit of extra water down here for us to work with. Probably not as much as what we're consuming, so I'll have to adjust the flow a bit. But this will stop us from tapping too much of the water out of here. We can rebuild that. There we go. Now my brain's tied on. Love your videos. Lesson 3. Keep it up. Thanks, Sam and Booten. Sand blocking bathroom on the right. Oh, nobody can go to the bathroom. That's a very big problem. It's also blocking our oxygen production over there. Isn't that bleach stone by the natural gas generator going to make more chlorine in your base? Yes. Yes, it will. Rat. Oh, man. No wonder they're building everything so fast. I forgot I said... so bad. All right. At one point when we built the ladder to try to rescue the duplicate, we built it at priority 9. And now everything's been coming up priority 9. That's why they're rushing around and building stuff so quick. Why is there a CO2 block in the bottom? Doesn't want that oxygen? Only because at some point later, this is going to be an egress point to go out here. So I had pre-blocked it off with the expectation of leaving, and I haven't done it yet. Duplicates haven't dug their way out. And actually, they really could. This system's all running now. We have our suit set up. I can actually have them dig right out into here. Because what I really want them to do is go down and check out the cold biome. So if they dig all this out now, they can use the suits. Hopefully... Hooray! I got the direction right. You go, little dudes. Okay, good. Is the stone actually off-gas if it's not built? I thought it was fine to leave undug. No, I don't know. It's fine. We got rid of it anyway. I don't see any chlorine in here. Ooh. What happened? Huh, was that all from that one little time when this deodorizer wasn't running? Or deoxidizer wasn't running? Let's turn this on for now. I don't know if it's because I just have a crazy number of duplicates breathing in here now, or if I vented oxygen somewhere. Huh. That's the first time today that the color hasn't been this nice light blue through the whole thing. I think it might be because I have just so many duplicates breathing now. Oh, they're sleeping in the... Oh, that's so sad. Poor little guys. We need a door on here. I don't want any of those puffs flying into my colony. That would be bad news. Okay. Good. This is almost ready. I need to scrub. So this here, we're going to set up our plumbing system for our fancy water scrubber. Oh boy, this is going to be messy. This is going to be like the sloppy setup I've had for this in a long time. Okay, so we're going to send this out this way. How did they get damaged? I must have pumped some CO2 in there. This is a really inconvenient setup. It's not good for trapping the gases here at all. So what I'm going to do instead is build a little bit lower. We'll come up to it from the bottom, and that way the oxygen will always be fine in here. I don't know why I didn't do this before. They're gonna lock it with duplicates in there, just you wait. There we go. There. Okay, so now they can go in here and do what they need to do. I'll never have to worry about getting CO2 in this room, because it'll stop here with the air pressure. Problem solved. Okay, that'll stop me from breaking my machines. That'll save me some metal, too. Green to white, not white, not green to green. Wait, what'd I do? Was I not paying attention? That's entirely possible. Oh. I am so smart. SMRT. Oh, they already built it, too, because everything is still at priority 9 for building. Actually, no, the liquid pipes aren't. All right. That was just to test to see whether you guys are paying attention. That's all. Wait. I only want this for liquid pipes. Cancel all that, please. Liquid pipes. Just having like a wonderful brain world thing going on. Darcy Lynn, $2 super chat. Gonna go play RimWorld. Peace out. Thanks for coming out, Darcy Lynn. I appreciate the super chat as well. Having trouble with, yeah, you know what? That's the second or third time I built the pipes wrong tonight. Pure genius. This needs to go to the intake. Like so. This needs to go to the output, like so. And we can deconstruct the pipes over here. Okay. Such a weird setup I got going on. Okay, in terms of automation, I want gaseous element sensor, and I want that to be up here. And I'm going to use some automation wire to run down to our scrubber. So that way, if it senses CO2 here, I want the scrubber to run. But if it doesn't, then I don't want it to. New sponsor! Welcome, DangTank456. Thanks so much for the sponsorship. I appreciate the support. Enjoy the emojis and stuff in the chat. And welcome. I love watching your streams for your SMRT moments. Oh, yeah. Everybody loves to see car crashes. Do not frustrate CrypticFox. We still love your SMRT moments. Oh, yeah. Whatever. Everybody has a brain fart now and then. No power on the water thing. Yeah, I know. Nothing. I don't have power set up for anything. Whoop. I need refined metal. Since I used it all. Okay. So this is where we're going to get our main power supply from. This wire here is going to... Oh. Of course that's in the way. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, I need to deconstruct some more wires. Power wires. Get rid of all these. Okay, we can build our heavy watt wire at least. Oh, like so. We'll send this all the way across the top. I hope I have enough metal for all this. Okay, so here's our transformer system that will segregate our power flow so we don't overload things. This one's going to need a wire bridge once I get that dug out. Lots to do. This time tomorrow I was hoping to have a design idea for a Fox dupe stats pick. I'll throw it in the Discord when ready. Oh, cool. Suit Fox dancing? Spiffy. Yeah, I did a little searching online for some different kind of graphics because I was getting a little tired of just having the tails one for everything. So that's when I found the Fox that has the diving thing. Incidentally, I don't know if you guys saw this, but you got to check this out. It was I got such a kick out of this. Hold on one moment. I'm going to go to my Twitter here. Somebody drew this little cartoon that was like the fox that's jumping and getting its head stuck in the snow, but instead it's like this funny derpy little fox. Here it is. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? So if you don't follow me on Twitter, that's where I do most of my notifications. Every time I upload a video, every time I go live, there's a notification that goes on Twitter. Plus I can interact with people there, similar to what I do with... oh, that was weird. It minimized on its own. Similar to what I do with the Discord. But oddly enough, for the 57,000 subscribers or 56,000 or whatever we have on the channel, there's only like 400 people that follow me on Twitter, and that's one of the easiest places for me to reach out and communicate with people. So if you don't follow me there, go ahead and follow me at number one CrypticFox. But that, anyway, that was somebody tweeted that little cartoon. I thought it was awesome, so I want to share it with everybody. Okay, this is almost set up. I hate when it's so close, but still so far. Okay, we need regular power coming off of here. This one's going to need a ladder going all the way up, otherwise we're not going to be able to reach. And we're going to need regular power coming off of this line also. Once this gets connected, I'm going to sever a couple of power lines. Actually, man, that third one I don't even need yet. I built that one extra just for giggles. I guess I can connect it here, and that will save having that system set up. Which means we can deconstruct this thing. Oh, wait. No, don't do that yet. Hold the phone. Cancel deconstruct. There. Because I don't actually have this running yet, so I probably should wait in case I need more refined metal, like I did down here. That has to be plugged in. Aw, man. Alright. I guess that requires power. SMH, you don't follow me back on Twitter. Hey, that's a good idea. I probably should follow you back. No, are you sure? I thought I had you on my Twitter. I'll have to check. I thought I had already followed you, but maybe I didn't. So many people watching. Yeah, actually, lately, the Oxygen Occluded streams have been averaging over 400 people by the time we get toward the end of the stream. So that's it's kind of in that average range now. First fan animation. You're on the way to 100K. Yeah. It's actually, I got it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've sat and watched that little animation of the silly derpy fox. I don't know how many times I've watched him fall on his face. A lot. I let it run for a while at one point because I got such a kick out of it. I should actually swap that out for the fox getting its head stuck in the snow, but that one's really cool too. Summer Phillips, $2 super chat. How many subs until you do YouTube full time? That's a really good question, and I'm not entirely sure because it's based on more than just subscribers. It really has to be on what kind of revenue I'm able to drive from the channel before I could risk replacing my income, because I have a family and everything, and mortgage and responsibilities and stuff. So I have to be really cautious of all those things. So while it would be really great to go full time with YouTube, because then I could really focus on something I really enjoy doing, that I get so much passion for it, I have to make sure that I'm not taking an undue risk for my family. So I'm thinking probably a couple 100,000 subscribers before I could really even consider it. So we're kind of a long way off from that point. And that obviously would be dependent on how stable I could make my cash flow and if I could take care of some other dets and things, so I don't have those as a worry, because YouTube's really variable. Like January, the income sucks. It's awful. Plus it only pays out like once a month, so it's kind of like, yeah, I got to be a little careful with it. Okay, let's try and bring another duplicate in. Who do we not have here? So I guess we can bring in Damien the Spawn. Damien the Spawn can be our next duplicate. We don't want a flatulent duplicate. I hate those. Dealing with the farting is just too much of a challenge for me. Damien the Spawn. If they would, if they actually like release the gas at some sort of consistent interval and in a particular place, I suppose that would be really handy. It requires emptying. Huh. How do they not get around to emptying that? What's the deal here? I have not used algae terrariums in so long, I have no idea what's required for this thing. I didn't realize they had to go and manually empty it. I thought I would just make a bottle on the floor on its own, but apparently that is not the case. This I need to be set to carbon dioxide. We're going to need power for this system over here. We're going to need water for our... This is super inconvenient. Alright, we can tap it off here, actually. Okay, so if we can get this running, then we'll finally start to clean up our CO2 a bit. You don't have to quit your job, just hire some assistants. There's that too, I guess. Oxygen Not Included is a complicated and popular game. It's cool that you're so good at it. That's why you're so popular, and because you're just awesome. Thanks, M. Van Putten. Yeah, I still make lots of mistakes in the game, don't get me wrong. And particularly when I'm streaming, it's always hard to follow the chat and pay attention to the game at the same time. You ever gonna clean up the water under the liquid valve? Yeah, I probably should. Let's mop that. I think we use the bottles of water in the sinks for now. I think it'd be really cool to go full-time on YouTube. That'd be really neat. What made you pick YouTube over Twitch for streaming? Robert, it was really about where I had already developed my audience. So my channel I didn't start off streaming. I was doing recorded videos. And my storage is full. Man, okay. So I didn't start off with streaming. I was doing recorded videos, and it was just one of those things where I decided to try streaming a little bit. And at one point I was dual streaming. I was streaming to both Twitch and to YouTube. And what I figured was, why am I splitting my audience between two platforms? Most of the people that were watching me on Twitch were people that were formerly watching me on YouTube. They just sort of switched which platform they were watching on, and that doesn't do really anything beneficial for me. I got to the point where I could sign an affiliate agreement with Twitch in terms of the number of followers. However, they require exclusivity, and I couldn't stream to YouTube. And that didn't sit right with me. So I opted not to sign the agreement, and so now I just focus my streaming on YouTube. I've also done a little bit of dual streaming to Mixer, but sort of a similar scenario. Like, didn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense to split my audience too much. New dupe power idea. Flatulent stress vomiters. Trap them in a hamster wheel forever. Pump with the natural gas for more power. Vomit produces polluted oxygen, which is also useful. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Summer Phillips and Ashley Guerrero for dupes list. Hashtag not me. Hashtag GoPo. Thanks, Noobs, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Right. How are we sitting here now? There we go. We've started to clean some of the polluted oxygen in very small amounts. We need a little bit more water going in here, and then I can disconnect the water supply, and that'll save a little bit of water too. Hopefully this whole cooling system still works. My struggle is water. When you're at cycle 80 to 100, your water just decides to disappear. Yeah, you kind of really have to be conscious of conservation, right? So you end up you use it for making food. You're using it in like wash stations and things. You need to. There's a couple ways you can get water. I mean, you can scrub it from polluted water outside of your colony. If you're using the lavatory, you can use overflow from the water in order to do that scrubbing as well. So you've got kind of like there's a couple of options, but it does get a little bit crazy. If you find a geyser, you can use that. This system up here is going to produce polluted water, and actually, is it not connected? That's weird. I guess it's just the output it needs. I need a place to send this so I can get rid of the CO2. I can put it right in here, but it'll quickly overpressurize, and then it won't work anymore. So I'm thinking I'm going to send it all the way down here, and we'll scrub it. Hopefully it doesn't create crazy amount. Oh, come on. Don't go derpy on me. Wait a minute. I want insulated gas pipe for this. Let's not heat up our colony for undue reason here. Okay, this pipe can go all the way down. We need another gas bridge. Man, I hope this works. I hope this doesn't just overpressurize. And throw a gas vent. That should be far enough away, too, that hopefully this won't adversely affect temperatures too much. Because I'm sure the CO2 that comes out of this system is going to be really hot. We'll see what happens. There's batteries for natural gas. Yes, we do need batteries as well. And we should have a smart battery set up here, too. We'll try to maximize our power savings here. We'll throw a smart battery on that line. And then I'm going to use just a regular battery bank. In here, maybe. Ooh. Oh, that's the heavy watt conductive wire. There's my heavy watt. There we go. Man. Get that fancy little loop going there. If they built, man, look at them move. Look at them go. Because everything's being built at priority 9. I don't know why I keep doing that. I gotta change that. Hold on. Build me an outhouse. Priority 5. There we go. Hopefully that will fix that. Why are they not doing it with this? Somebody deal with this thing. We must have somebody that has the ability to empty that thing. Somebody's got to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm too lazy. Oh, we have 3 unemployed people, too. What am I thinking? Leader 6. I'm using it I need for my laboratory, food plants, bathroom, etc. I'm trying to find some cool steam geysers now. Thanks, man. Yeah, the cool steam geysers help, but like, so more often than not, I tend to get clean water from cleaning polluted water. If you haven't found a geyser yet, anyway, that's kind of like your sort of your go-to. Damien, wow, look at Jukaram, 11 skill in mining. Let's put Perrin on mining. Let's put these guys up 1. Spookus can level up, and so can Aaron. And then we'll put maybe Gabriel in here. Who do we have that's not set up for a job? Gabriel's got a skill 4 in it. And then I should get some more tidiers, I think. I kind of like the whole tidy thing. Let's set Sibylline up for plumbing. And we'll put Damien the Spawn in for tidying also. Even though he has no particular skill in it. But that's okay. Not a high priority thing. JPEG GD, $2.79 super chat. I like potatoes. Well, thank you for the super chat and for that critical information. I like potatoes too. Potatoes. That's probably why I'm always aiming for them. Okay, this is scrubbing. It's taking a long time to get the water in here. Let's open this valve up a little bit. Durgan, $2 super chat. Vote yes on Proposition Saturday Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley. More miners, yeah. Well, we haven't been doing all that much digging, although we have gotten to it a little bit. Okay, so ooh, you know what? Let's go to the cold biome. We haven't done this yet. I built the suits because I wanted to come out here and explore, and now I haven't actually done the exploration yet. Let's take all this out. Let's find out what's in this particular cold biome. Well, all right, derpy ladder. No. Yes. Okay, those guys can go to work down there. CO2, how's that set up? It's all ready to go. They've got all that built. Our scrubber's running effectively now. There's a little bit more water before I can cut that off. This is all set. We will need our automation set up here. Throw our settings on it. I'm gonna say like run this standby at like when it gets to like 95. Activate when it gets to like I don't know 20. Okay, you have something producing polluted oxygen in your mushroom farm. Do I? Ooh, I do. What is that doing sitting there? Why? Who dropped slime? Why did they drop slime in there? It's a little germy in here. Okay, they cleaned up the slime at least. And ran it all the way through the colony to put it in storage. The one thing I was trying to avoid by giving them a separate route in the first place, they went and did it anyway. Oh man, we got, what is going on up here? Clay, algae, meal, okay. That's no good. I mean, there's oxygen here, so at least the germs aren't spreading. They're not going airborne, but we must have taken some stuff from the swamp biome and stored it up top there. Water Foundation, check the tiles. Wait, what? Water Foundation, check the tiles. Oh, right here? Oh, it's okay. We have this. This won't break. This is indestructible for water, so that's fine. All the rest of it still seems to be okay. No harm, no foul. They drop stuff to get air. They do, yeah. So they must have like must have brought it in. So he brought it in here, he dropped it, and then because I have this door set up so only the farmer can go out to get the slime, maybe I should change that. I was trying to control the germ situation, but I mean, nobody's really getting sick anyway. So we'll see how that works. Maybe they won't go out there too much now, because they don't really have a reason to be down here. See how that works. This room is working perfectly, so that's good. Okay. This is ready to run, I think. What's going on? Insufficient resource, natural gas. Well, duh. Oh, wait, I can't finish the wire. Make a little bit more copper ore here. Refine that up. I don't need this here. We need all this out. It's gonna entomb somebody on the treadmill. At some point, you need to set up your storage compactors. Yeah, I mean, I have them here. I have them here. I have these ones. Oh yeah. Let's copy the settings. Whoop! What did I just do? No, cancel. That's what I wanted. Copy settings. There we go. Thanks for the reminder. This needs to be got rid of. This is so close to being ready to go. Once this starts to collect polluted water down here, we're gonna need to clean it up also. That could be part of our water source, I think. Try to clean it and send it down here, maybe. Ooh, wait, how's this going? Uh-oh. Did I back things up? What's going on here? Get rid of all those liquid pipes. Disabled by automation grid. Oh, good. Hey, look, it's working perfectly. Fabulous. And then, conveniently enough, all these pipes were breaking and just dumping the water right back in the tank where we want them anyway. This I want to go back down to like 50. Perfect. Okay, that's good to roll. Long stream is long. Oh yeah, we're going a tiny bit over, aren't we? What's your favorite music genre? I like, I don't know, like classic rock, new rock, alternative, that kind of stuff. But hopefully pierce the wall between natural gas room and the natural gas. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that just yet. But that is something we'll have to do, of course. I also need to set up a treadmill to provide power to this gas pump to get it moving at first. And we have another duplicate coming in because, you know, we just can't get enough. We're at 19 already. This will be duplicate number 20. Where were we on the super chat chain? Let me see. Stoops, Damien. OTEC. We're looking at OTEC. Unconstructive, biohazardous, small bladder, or pacifist who's germ resistant. Hello. That's an easy one. Welcome to the colony, OTEC. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so that gives us up to 20 duplicates. More jobs mastered. Oh my gosh, so many jobs. They took our jobs. Let's move Shock and Seratuna up. To there. OTEC, I guess we can go to... Man, look at all the gophers we have underway. Let's get another general engineer in here. This could be OTEC. Ooh, it actually aligns with his preferences, too. That actually worked out great. Who else has mastered what they're about? FaZe can move up. Congratulations, FaZe. You're now the head chef. We have no mechatronics engineers yet. Soon, though. Soon. Okay, we have natural gas in place here, so that's good. This door I want locked. Let's go. I don't want anybody going in there. That's too nasty, and I don't want all the natural gas coming out. So that's perfect. We're almost ready to turn on our power supply system, and then this should supply us with power for quite a long time. Although this has been a little idle. I really wish I could analyze this, but I don't really want to send a scientist in there so much. Mostly because I just don't want to let all the gases and stuff out. I hate that. Hate when it all gets mixed in. Okay, let's get a little treadmill set up here because we're going to need it. connect that up to the generator so when they're running, at least it'll have a power supply. Ooh, I really should have a separate battery for this thing. Alright, we'll make do with what it is. That's fine. We might have to come and prime it every now and then. Let's I don't have a room for a treadmill. This is craziness. I know this is silly, but I'm going to wind up priming this and then turning it off anyway. So we'll go this way, and then if we use a wire bridge, not a conductive wire bridge, I don't care about that. Like so. Give me the... Alright. This is where you let me build wire. What is going on here? What? I can't click on it. Give me the wires. Oh, it's so weird. Alright. I guess I can't go across that battery. That's really strange. Oh, there's the geyser going off. Nice. Get that all repressurized. That'll be perfect. I'm really suspecting this is going to last us quite a long time in power production, which would be really, really handy. If they can finish building those wires, we'll be ready to fire this up. We'll see how much water it produces, too. I haven't really noticed, like, from two natural gas generators, I've never really paid attention to how much they actually produce in terms of water supply. Ooh, man, that's actually quite a bit. Okay, that's good. I don't need this anymore. Let's disable this. Okay, now we need to check our grid, because I'm now sending tons of power out. This could go all the way down. I wanted to run this pump. That's already set up for that. Let's sever the wire right here. So this section here will be the one side of our chain. This could be number 2. And how much do I have on this side? 120, 240, 480, 540. Uh-oh. Too much. Hold on that. Cancel that thought. Okay. I'm going to run additional wire through here to connect down bottom. That will let me sever the wire here and sever the wire here. Okay. Deconstruct. Because the stuff that's on here, I mean, it's actually relatively small power consumption. This only gets used when needed. This is 120, but it's not running constantly. It's only running most of the time. Let's prioritize this wire construction at a 6 so we can finally get our power going properly. Once this is set up, I'll sever the wire below here. So we'll keep this stuff on a separate chain and the stuff below on a separate chain. Again, there's quite a bit of power we're drawing down below, though. It's not amazing, but we'll do what we can. And I ran out of copper. Well, doesn't that just beat all? Alright, we gotta cancel all this. We're gonna have to rebuild it out of probably gold, I guess. Gold wire it is. Welcome to the colony where the streets are paved with gold. And so are the wires. Okay, good. So that'll give us 3 separate sections of our power grid. So theoretically, none of them should really overload. I can turn off both of these treadmills now. Disable that and disable this. Now our duplicates can go sip Mai Tai cocktails somewhere instead of running on the treadmill. Thank you for your hard work, little duplicates. Build pump right under the natural generator before you need it. Yeah. Let's set a liquid pump in here. I'm going to use heavy watt wire for the pump because we've got it. I'm not going to connect it just yet, though. Okay, all that is good. This seems to be working okay. It's a little warm down here, but it's not as bad as it could be. Oh, my storage compartments are full of dirt, so I actually need to build more of those. 3 more of them down here. Trying to get the heat away from there. It's so funny the dirt comes out at such a crazy high temperature now. This is running effectively, so I'm happy with that. A little bit of lag. Sweet. This system should run for quite a while, I'm thinking. That's ready. That's ready. This needs to be severed. Perfect. Okay, let's just check our power systems now. Alright, so this system... Ooh, max circuit 1680. Whoa. Alright, that's maybe a little higher than I thought. That's a lot. 1680. This one is 565. This one up here is 960. So this one is fine, the way it's separated out currently. This one has a lot on it. There's just so much of this lower portion that's just crazy. I might have to run a completely separate wire down to the bottom part. For now, it's okay. It'll probably require a little bit of repairing in the meantime. But it should be okay for the moment. That will at least save some broken wires, because even though this is a max 960, it's only drawing 360 right now, because these are only going to run periodically. This only runs periodically. We'll see how it goes. It might become a bit of a problem. However, we are at that point now where we're actually overtime. Almost 15 minutes past on the stream. Remember, if you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. If you do, it's a good idea to hit the little notification bell and choose to receive all notifications as well. Otherwise, you may not be notified of upcoming streams and videos that I put out. It's kind of a weird system, but that's how it is. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and check out @1 CrypticFox. Follow me there. It's a great place for me to do like communicate stuff out. I can retweet things I see from other companies I think is really cool. All that sort of thing. It's a very convenient place for me to communicate with you, but there's not many people that follow me on Twitter, so that's an option as well. But thanks everyone for coming out to the stream. I really appreciate everyone with the super chats tonight. Our next stream for Oxygen Unincluded will be Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so come back and check that out. For anyone who had a super chat tonight looking for more duplicates, I will try to bring those in on Thursday, so we can try to play catch up on those. And we'll get everyone in the colony. We're already at 20 duplicates now, so this is going to be a really big colony. We're going to need more living space. Fortunately, we still have some empty beds, so we can kind of cram them in like sardines for now. But again, thanks everyone for coming out to the stream. I really appreciate that you're all such a wonderful community. And it's all great communication stuff on these streams. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.